You'll never build an attraction flywheel with your tiny audience if you don't do this first. Now, obviously you want to get high ticket clients. You want to grow your online coaching business, but you're looking online and you think you're doing everything right and nothing is clicking. And this is the thing that you're probably overlooking. And the thing that people mess up the most is they don't get the fundamentals right. If everything is aligned on the fundamental level, everything in a coaching business should be easy. Now, of course, I'm not perfect with this either. A lot of people aren't perfect, but once you nail this down, everything's going to be easier. So let me just get onto my computer and show you exactly how, okay? So you're posting content, you're getting the followers, the views, the thank yous, the acknowledgement, but the dopamine only runs for so long until you realize you're not converting the attention that you're getting, okay? You're constantly getting reels recommended to you, telling you how many views and followers that you how many views they're getting, how many followers they're getting, and that you have to use their exact hooks to go viral and all of that crap. And honestly, I'm sick of it, right? Especially because you're not gonna make the high ticket sales that you want to. You're gonna get a few $47 sales in your ebook and zero feedback, zero client results, zero capability to grow your business. Now, as soon as I implemented this, not only did I make 6 figures within my coaching business, but my clients were able to do the same. And I'll go over a few client examples of people that had a small audience, but not only that, had a hyper-specific niche and problem that they were solving, and then they were able to scale, okay? So let's get right into things. So instead of just constantly posting content just for the sake of it and getting followers and thank yous and views, but not really getting any sales, this is what you have to do instead. Now, before I get into this, being a successful online coach is the perfect blend of being an entrepreneur and a content creator, right? Some people are on the other side where they're just an entrepreneur and they never create content and never build leverage. And some people are on the other side where they're just creating content, just focusing on the views and the followers and the metrics, and then never focusing on what gets sales. So once you blend both of those identities together, that's when you really build leverage, okay? So what to do instead is you want to be more specific on the problem you can solve so you can attract a small, hyper-specific audience that relates to you and only to you. I'm in an extremely competitive niche. I'm in a niche where I'm helping coaches scale their businesses, which everyone under the moon is doing, or whatever you want to call it. And that's why I need to do specific things that makes myself stand out from the crowd, okay? So the problem isn't your offer. The problem isn't your content. I mean, it kind of is, right? But the problem is you just don't stand out, right? The marketplace doesn't even recognize you. You're just blending in with everyone else, and then you're not going to be able to make sales. So that's why at the end of this video, I'm going to exclusively fill out the PFDC doc together with you, which is the perfect fit dream client doc that normally only my clients get in Creatr.One, to build that clarity and unique marketing angle that you need, okay? So before I get into that, why do we need to be more specific, okay? Like, I was told by a lot of people, you know, if you go broad, you'll get more views, you'll get more followers, and you'll be able to scale, right? Because you're just getting more attention. However, more attention isn't always best, right? So here's an example in a real life scenario, right? There's a regular general doctor and there's a heart surgeon, right? Both come from the same field, but one person specialized on a specific thing and the other person just kind of went broad in general. Now, sure, this broad doctor might be able to, you know, help more clients and get more work. However, this specific heart surgeon is able to not only provide a better result for his clients or her clients, but also not work as much, right? Because there's not going to be as many people that need like something with their heart fixed, whether there's regular people that come in for a cold or whatever, right? So let's just go, and obviously I don't have to explain who makes more money, right? But let's just get into how this relates to your business. So broad, you need a lot of volume for it to work. You can't charge a premium. You need to handle a lot of clients. You don't get the best results because you're just giving general advice. You're not specialized in any field. There's a lot of competition and a lot of stress. Then there's the hyper niche, right? Where you got small volume, charge premium prices. You only need a handful of clients. You get amazing results, low competition, and you get freedom, okay? Now, how does this relate to the online business world? Now, we all know our favorite guru, Iman Gaji, right? He's got a huge YouTube channel, 5 million subscribers. He's like, look at the thumbnails he's doing. Unfuck your life, 7 productivity rules of the top 1%. Very broad. It's going to get a lot of views. It's going to get a lot of people top of funnel that is interested in what he does. Now, just a little background on Iman, like his strategy is he's getting a lot of people just interested in his brand, and then he's got events and deals and stuff like that, which he does retargeting ads to get people interested in that. And he's just trying to get as many people as possible into his funnel. It requires a lot of attention, okay? Especially because he had like, I think, what was it, a $37 a month digital launchpad? Yeah, digital launchpad. So it was a low ticket product, but he needed a lot of views, right? Now, what is he doing? He's got a second channel called Iman Gadget Business. Look at the views, 3.4K, 6.9K, 14K, 30K. The thumbnails are radically different, right? He's targeting existing business owners that are making like 20K a month, I believe. So he's getting way less views and he has way less subscribers, but I can guarantee you he's making a lot of money from this account. Okay, maybe not as much as his main account because that is quite huge, right? But the thing is, like, when you're trying to grow your online coaching business, for example, I help, coaches get to 20K a month and live, a life of freedom, right? Become autonomy creators. What do you think is more achievable? Building a huge audience and getting tons of views only to convert a very small percentage, or build a hyper niche audience, get really good at a specific thing, and then charge a premium and get a few clients a month and scale to 20K. This is way more achievable. Now, of course, like after you build that hyper specific niche, you can broaden out the content over time. But if you want to just really build a life where you don't have stress, you've got freedom, you can post, a few times a week on your YouTube channel, get perfect fit dream clients to come to you because of your specificity, your unique mechanisms and all that, you're going to be able to have a great life and you're going to be able to scale. Okay. So you don't need tons of traffic in order to attract high ticket coaching clients. And that's the misconception that a lot of people have. I've had videos that had 60 views that got me a high ticket coaching client for multiple 4 figures for my coaching business. I've had clients that also did something similar. One of my clients had like 300 followers, was able to close 8K in deals in the past 2 weeks. And then I had clients that had 800,000 followers. I'm talking about Instagram specifically now. And they weren't able to scale at all. They had so much people on their account, you couldn't tell who was serious, who wasn't, and it was a nightmare. Okay, the traffic that he was getting was just pure entertaining content, not specific, not niche whatsoever. And because of that, it was really, really hard to scale. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over the perfect fit dream client document together at the end of this video. And I'm gonna, by the way, if you DM me the word PFDC on my Instagram, which is in the description of this video, just DM me the word PFDC on Instagram. I'll send you this document as well, okay? So make sure to, DM me that keyword and we'll go over it at the end of this video. And I just want to preface something, and this is extremely important. If you miss this, you're going to completely fail when you be more specific and hyper niche down, okay? Just because we're being specific, that doesn't mean we're reducing the pain of the problem we solve, right? For example, I'll get into an example actually. So these are the top 3 niches, right? Wealth, health, and relationships. As a bonus, you could say happiness, right? I can help you be happier with your wealth. I can help you be happier with your health and happier with your relationships. That just all ties together. But the main 3 ones is wealth, health, and relationships. So if you can help with one of these, you're gonna make a lot of money. And when I say niche down, I still mean focusing on these core problems, okay? And I'll give an example. So let's say you're a fitness coach, right? And I just niched down this because I use it for my clients as well. Let's say you're a fitness coach. There's 2 options. I help gamers do hand exercises to allow themselves to relieve pain from longer sessions, right? That's one. And I help gamers build fitness habits to create a healthy lifestyle while being an avid gamer. Which problem is bigger, and which problem will you be able to charge still high ticket for? Obviously, right? Obviously, it's going to be this one. The reason is because you're still helping with a big problem. You're still helping them with the core problem of health, okay? This problem, sure, like when people play a lot of video games, their hands start to cramp up, and maybe you can show them how to do special hand exercises, but that's still not going to solve a big enough problem to charge high ticket. But if you can help gamers maybe still play, games from time to time, but create a really healthy lifestyle regardless, where they feel amazing, they maybe lose some weight, they get an amazing, balanced, healthy lifestyle, that's going to be a program that you can charge high ticket for, because it's still solving a huge problem, right? They can live longer, they'll attract probably women because they look better, they'll feel better about themselves. There's so much benefit to that. So this second option is the option where you're going to charge high ticket for, okay? So hopefully that makes sense. So what we're going to do now, guys, is I'm going to go to this document, and I'm going to fill this out together. And like I said, DM me the word PF, I'll just write it down here, PFDC. DM me that word on Instagram, and I'll send over this exact document, okay? Let's get it right into it. So this is the PFDC document. So fill this out as best as you can, and feel free to ask ChatGPT questions, right, to help, such as, what is the top 10 biggest problems that X can have with X? What does someone that has X problem feel on a daily basis? What does someone that struggles with X do on a daily basis, right? So feel, what do they struggle with? What do they do, okay? So basic information, so their name, age, gender, marital status, income range, occupation, location, hobbies, all of that is important, okay? So fill this out. Now, for most of you that are watching this, your coaching business is going to be you a few years ago. So this can always be an outline for when you're creating this, okay? So think of your income a few years ago. Think of what you were doing. Think about your hobbies. And then think, okay, what did I do to change my life to where I am now, okay? Empathy map, what do they feel? So primary concerns. Let's just stick with the gamers, right? The gamers that want to get in shape. Okay, so let's just say John, he's 32, he's a male, most gamers are men. Marital status, single, income range, maybe let's say 5K a month. Occupation, he's let's say a data analyst at a desk job, and then comes home and wants to play video games and drink, let's say, because he just wants to numb the pain from the boring job. By the way, those are all things that are very detailed that can help. What do they think and feel? Primary concerns, that they're wasting their life from gaming, they're not really like dating or not reaching their full potential. Dreams and aspirations, that they can maybe travel, get in a committed relationships. Emotions they commonly experience, guilt, feeling lost, let's say oversleeping, tired, right? Because a lot of gamers just play up to the night and never wake up on a decent time. What do they hear from peers? Comforting language, right? That they're doing fine, but realistically they know from social media that they should get their shit together, right? Now, I'm not going to go through this whole document like this in this detail, but I just want to get your mind flowing a bit. Surroundings, what do they say and do? Pain problems, what do they hope to gain, right? Get a girlfriend, be in shape, maybe quit their gaming addiction. Lifestyle. Now, this is the top 10 problems they face. Now, this will always be changed. You can always come back and, change this as you go, but these top 10 specific problems, these are all content ideas that you're going to make content about. So gamer could be like staying up and playing all night, feeling guilty, not eating properly because you're lazy. All of that stuff could be problems. Personality, what they tend to do, what their attitude is towards life, where to find them, right? What social media do they use? Maybe they use LinkedIn, maybe they use Instagram, maybe they use Twitter. And that can be your short form platform that you use to get attention, and then you can convert them through long form like YouTube, right? I've got other videos on that, by the way. So this is what you can fill out, okay? So make sure that you fill this out, and you can use, I'm not going to give this away because this is only available for my private clients, but you can use AI systems to create content based off this document. And that's going to be extremely powerful. So I hope you guys got some value from this. This is extremely short, extremely crispy content that's going to give you a ton of input. So feel free to DM me the word PFDC on Instagram. I'll send this over. And yeah, other than that, have an amazing day. If you have any questions about, growing your coaching business, feel free to DM me on Instagram or book a call below and we can have a chat. Ultimately, just want to help you build freedom in your life and scale your coaching business without stress, without headache, and without it feeling like an uphill battle. So hope this Gave you a ton of value, guys. If you have any new ideas or struggle with anything, feel free to comment it below. And other than that, have an amazing day. Peace.